Look at this person. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today I would like to share with you the story of how this person, who was a U.S. soldier, accepted Islam. Many, many years ago, over 20 years ago, he was stationed in South Korea. He comes from a very large family. Because of some circumstances, the whole family got spread out. But he was in a very close-knit relationship with his brother. They both were stationed in different parts of the world. While in South Korea in 1990s, he always used to be in connection with his brother. He always used to connect via phone calls on weekly basis. One Friday, as he calls his brother tells him that I am a Muslim now. Now that was a very shocking news for him. And he said, I will bring my brother back to the old religion, which was that they were Christians. And they came from a very devout Christian household. So he picks up Quran that was given to him by his roommate while he was in South Korea. And he started to read Quran. But right around that time where he was looking for answers to bring his brother back to Christianity and finding evidences from the Quran that will make Islam look bad, at that time he was stationed in Iraq. While he was stationed in Iraq, he sort of kind of gave up on that particular project that he had, because the life in Iraq was very, very dangerous. Every day he was thinking that maybe this is my last day. He was going through some very hard time. At that time, while in Iraq, he heard of something that sounded very melodious to him. So he considered it to be some kind of a poem. And he put that on a CD, and every time that he would feel emotionally weak, and he was feeling devastated inside, he would just put that musical or whatever he thought it was, and that would calm him down. And then he would sleep perfectly fine. And then anytime during the day, he would feel that he's getting distress or mentally unstable, he would listen to that, and that would calm him down. Years passed. 20 years down the road, he retires from the army, and he is now back in New York. And now he is dropping his wife to her work in downtown New York. And now he is feeling the distress again. After he comes back, he's feeling this thing in him that is not putting him to ease. So he once again picks up that CD and starts to listen to that, and it's calming him down again. During that journey, he never forgot about that he needs to bring his brother back to Christianity. So he remembers that now he had a copy of Quran that was given to him by his roommate in South Korea. So now he opens it. It was all covered in dust. He cleans it up. He starts to read it cover to cover. It was just the translation of the Holy Quran. So he read it from Al-Fatiha all the way to Surah An-Nas, only to discover that he who was looking to find flaws to bring his brother back is now getting motivated towards Islam. During this journey, he finally, one day, after dropping off his wife to her work in downtown New York, he goes to a nearby mosque. And now he has this intention at the back of his mind. He's thinking that if I find a parking spot, I will go inside the mosque. If I do not find the parking spot, then that's it. Khalas. But when he goes near the mosque, there is only one parking spot waiting for him. So he parks there, goes inside the masjid. He wants to speak to the Imam. And then at the end of the conversation, he says to the Imam, I want to accept Islam right now. Give me the Shahada. And the Imam is like, I think you are making a very hasty decision, because I do not want you to be among those people who make this decision of taking the Shahada and tomorrow you are thinking about your decision as to why you made this decision. So I want you to take your time, go home and think about it. And he's like, no, I have made my mind. I want to take the Shahada right now. So he takes the Shahada. He takes the Shahada. On his way out, Imam hands him out some pamphlets, some documents, some papers about the life of a Muslim. And in those is one little booklet which talks about how to pray. He doesn't know Arabic, so it has transliteration. So he starts to open that because he wants to learn how to pray and said, Allahu Akbar. And the Thana. And then he starts looking at these words that sound so much familiar with it. And it says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. He's like, where did I heard these words? All of these words sound so much familiar. He's like, oh my God. He picks up his CD that he has been listening to over 20 years now. Poof! Plugs it in. All these 20 plus years he had been listening to Surah Al-Fatiha. This was calming him down in all the moments of distress that he ever had in his life. Something that he picked up in Iraq, thinking it's a poem or some kind of a melody, is Quran that he was listening to. 20 plus years he has been listening to Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. That was calming him down. And that was his story. Now it took him 20 plus years to come to the reality and understand and accept it. And here we are, born Muslims. What are we doing every day to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What is changing in our lives? Are we the same people? Are we getting worse? Are we getting better? How much striving business are we doing to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Or are we going our old ways? Are we still sinning? Think about it. Allah is so merciful that you just think about doing something good. He gives you hasana, reward for that. You just thinking of doing something good. And when you do it, He gives you many folds. And when you are thinking of doing a sin, He doesn't write it as a sin yet until you do it. And if in that moment of you thinking of doing it, you back off for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that how will I answer Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? I will be held accountable for this and I have no reason to sin. You will now be getting a reward for backing off from sinning because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Think about it, how merciful Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. So I wanted to share this beautiful story with you. I hope you would have enjoyed it as well. I enjoyed it a lot, that's why I wanted to share this story with you. Let me know in the comment section below. We'll be looking forward to hearing from you. Your comments, your questions. Inshallah, we'll catch you next time with another lecture about different series that we are running on this channel. Till then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.